Hey friends, welcome back to the Cutlass Board Games channel. This time we're back with some more Magic the Gathering historic format content. We've been playing around with Landfall quite a lot here. Because we have a lot of cool different combo enablers. I've been trying out a bunch of stuff in lots of different colors. There's a 3-color one where the idea is you draw your entire deck. And I wanted something that was just a bit more play lots of guys, make lots of things. So we've got some land acceleration. Calming of Bamboo Grove is actually really good. Not only can it just play an extra land for you each turn, but it can also make extra lands if you've not got any. So like on turn 1 and 2 it's really good, and then late game it just turns into lands, which is really good. And we've got all of our landfall creatures of Lotus Cobra, the classic. Nissa, which is brand new. So Nissa does the same thing as Lotus Cobra, except additionally it will draw you a card the second time you activate it. It's pretty good. It'll go and draw another elf, so we're only playing 2 because it would just draw itself a lot of the time. But we also have Provisioner, which is an elf, so it will draw you the Provisioner. And the Provisioner makes treasures for the most part, sometimes food. We have Tireless Tracker, where whenever you sacrifice clues it gets bigger, but it also makes clues whenever you landfall. And then the Ancient Greenwarden, which is an elemental that Nissa can tutor out as well. And pretty much every card in this deck does something with land. The Greenwarden here in particular is really powerful because you can play lands from your graveyard. You pretty much always have lands in your graveyard, but it doubles all the landfall triggers, which is kind of crazy. And we're playing 8 fetches basically. So the hideout and the courtyard both automatically sacrifice themselves to go and search for a forest for you. So like if you play it off the Grazer and it comes into play taps, it'll still go and fetch something. Whereas if you had played something like Arid Mesa, I know it's not in the format, but it would require to be tapped to go and find something. So these ones are really interesting utility. It also gains you 1 life. And you've got Cryptic Caves, because we always have more lands than cards in hand. And Arch of Orazca, which will also help draw cards. But we missed out on Chatterfang. So Chatterfang says if you would make tokens, also make squirrels. And we make lots of tokens. Most of the time whenever we play a land, we'll make a bunch of tokens from different sources. And Ancient Greenwarden will say double those, and then that will make lots of squirrels. And then because you'll always have like a lot of treasure tokens or a lot of extra mana, you can then use that to sacrifice the squirrels to like shoot down things if you need to, or just have like a gigantic army. And Splendid Reclamation also would just make lots and lots of lands into the battlefield. It brings back Cryptic Caves, and it brings back the hideout and the courtyard to go and get more stuff, triggers a lot more landfall things. And also Awaken the Woods, which I really like. Awaken the Woods is basically tap everything, spend all of your mana, make a ton of land creatures, start again, like double all of your stuff. They're also creature tokens, which will trigger Chatterfang, which is a bit crazy, but it all comes together. We're all basically just throwing whatever we've got at them. It's not the craziest thing, it's not the most consistent deck, but I think it is a lot of fun. I think it is worth having a look at. I did mostly want to play this because I think Nissa's really cool here. It like basically fits exactly in the spot of what you would want for a creature to go into exactly this deck. So let's see how it goes. Okay, this is a pretty standard opening hand. Because we get to go Forest, Grazer into Courtyard. I think Courtyard is better here. Specifically just because it means that on the turn that we would ordinarily play it, it would have a tapped land. This time we get to play it as an untapped land. I get to slam the Provisioner a turn earlier. They're probably just going to kill it immediately. Yeah. That's fine. I don't want to attack with my 0x, thank you. So they're playing Burn. They missed a land drop. Doesn't do anything special for me, unfortunately. I get to play the Grazer as a blocker. And then pass. Once the Grazer's enters effect is done, like it just doesn't matter. Like you can block and die, like that's fine. Now I just want to hit a land off the top and then play Greenwarden basically. You're just gonna kill my Cobra? Yeah, that's fine. My opponent's bricked, like they just are missing lands because they're greedy. Alright, I'm gonna end of turn Cryptic Caves because I'm also not having a lot going on. But that's fine. That's to be expected against this kind of deck. It's not a great matchup because they can always just kill your relevant guys. That's fine. Okay, you can't play those lands this turn. Just passes. Alright, let's draw a card. Okay, we've got a Tracker and a Kami. So Kami is going to become lands. And then we'll play one. And then next turn we'll go Forest Greenwarden. Because the Greenwarden's toughness is 7. Like, the Burn player would never be able to kill it. And the interesting thing about the Greenwarden's effect, doubling the triggered abilities, is the search lands don't go and get an extra land. Which is worth knowing. So he's yet to actually attack me, which is really good. I'm gonna get a clue, probably sacrifice the clue, 2 clues. Oh, 4 clues if I play a sack land. We have Awaken the Woods also. So we're about to have a lot of clues. I'm just gonna play this. And we'll just pass. We'll just pass and I'll draw a card in their end step. I'm not really under that much pressure to do anything in a hurry. Frenzy is kind of annoying though. Okay, he's bricked apparently. Can we draw a land? Okay. I kind of want to hold out for Chatterfang. What I might do is play this and then draw a card. Okay, we got a Kami. Let's play the Kami instead because I have lands to play. And it specifies hand, which is fine. Okay, so I'm gonna crack a clue. I have a lot of gas here, but so do they, kinda. Okay, we're gonna another Awaken the Woods. I got a Provisioner for next turn. That's good. Alright, let's get in with our big boys because we have enough blockers for everyone. And we're now winning the race. Sort of. They could play a lot of cards this turn. Or if they could play a lot of cards this turn. Oh, that does hurt a little bit. Okay, so we lose 1 blocker, but I can block 2 things, but my guys will die. I think that's fine. With the Provisioner, I'm about to go huge. So, we play the Provisioner. We play Forest. We play from the graveyard instead, it's slightly better. So we go treasure, treasure, and then we go green. I like to sacrifice them in advance because then I can count in advance how many it's going to be. Here is infinite dudes. I have to select treasure token infinite times. There you go. Okay, we're now going to Awaken the Woods for 10. And I have to select the treasure token 20 times. Clear the stack any %. My opponent's probably just like what's going on. They probably have like Chain Whirler on top and they're like, but I'll have infinite clues. Why? Okay, good. Let's draw some clues. Auto pay. Put a Cobra. I can't play any extra lands though, so there's no point playing the Cobra just yet. It's a tracker. We have another Awaken the Woods for 8 this time. I'm still gonna time out before I get to do anything relevant. My opponent's just gonna like Chain Whirler, go. He much has to block the tracker, so he's gonna lose Steamkin probably. Or maybe he blocks the Chain Whirler, I'm not sure. Okay, good. I'm gonna actually cast another tracker. So I can get a second big dude. So many clues. Okay, we got another Greenwarden. It doesn't do anything right now. We got another Awaken the Woods. No, this one. Got 5. You get twice as many clues, which is kind of crazy. So my opponent's being very patient for a red deck player, which makes me think he's not scared of 29 1/1s and 70 tokens, too many clues. Okay, I got a Nissa. That's another, requires me to play a land card. Another Tireless Tracker. I think we go for the Tireless Tracker here. And I'm down to 1 treasure, which is fine. Okay, I have Splendid Reclamation for next turn. And I get to discard some lands, which is fine. He keeps the Steamkin, which makes me think he might just try and blow my face up, which is probably fine. I played the tracker and maybe could have just sacrificed a clue to play Reclamation, because Reclamation gives me 4 lands, each of which gains me 1 life, which is like maybe relevant. So maybe that's a misplay, but oh, tap that, huh? Well, he didn't have Chain Whirler? I guess he still could. Yeah, okay. Interesting. Would you like to attack? Wow, okay. I guess my opponent's just trying to complete quests. Probably too many, but whatever. Trying to make sure I've got the right number of blockers on each one. Let's put 2 on everyone. I don't need this one. Very satisfying. Okay. Oh, and we got Chatterfang just now. So, here's the conceit, yeah. That's funny. Okay, this is pretty good. You get to turn 1 Kami to play an extra land, and then turn 2 Kami to make more lands. Oh, that's interesting. Ooh, so slamming the tracker might actually not be the best outcome. Making a bunch of extra layers might be. We're not going to attack, because we're going to get attacked probably. Three-color aggro deck. Lots of burn, I assume. Doesn't get the bonus plus on counter, so that's fine. Let's go like this. Set up my Splendid Reclamation for a future turn. Because then this becomes a threat my opponent has to deal with quickly. Okay. It's fine. Wow. For me, I'm just gonna make my guy big. That's pretty good, actually. Eidolon can hurt a little bit. I'm not too worried about it. No attacks. Interesting. So I get to play Splendid next turn. Yeah, okay. Of course it's got double static, that's fine. Taking 7 here. Provisioner. Well, I'm gonna take a little bit of damage, unfortunately. Then get a treasure token. We then get to Splendid. We'll go to 9. I think he's happy for the Eidolon to be gone. Okay, Bomat Courier. Can't quite play Bump in the Night yet. Let's make 7. Is it 7? 7 Giants. So I have no landfall, but they block forever, fortunately. This is like actually really tough. I got a lot of pressure on me right now. But we're hanging in there. I don't think he's going to attack into this. He has to play the Bomat Courier at least. Otherwise it goes into exile forever. He's just going to play the Lures. All he has is Eidolon left. That's interesting. Okay. Here's Nissa. I'm gonna make some lands. I'm gonna play some lands. make some blockers. Need to play a second land in a turn to activate Nissa. I get an elemental, which is the Provisioner. Very good. I don't want to play the Provisioner right away, because if he gets killed, I won't get to make food tokens and gain life. So I'll draw a card. That's pretty good. I guess I just play him because he won't die and can block. And then I pass. So next turn is like Provisioner, Hideout. I'll make 2 food, gain 6 life. I'll make 4 food, maybe. And then we see an Eidolon. I think I gain more life than I lose in that line. Don't think he can attack here. Cool, so here's Provisioner. I take 2. Here's Brokers Hideout. Food token, green, green. I get to draw another Provisioner, pretty good. Go forest, food token, green, green. Play a Provisioner. I take 2. Let me just sacrifice some food, I guess. Hits me with a good game? Yeah, okay. Well, that'll do it. So that's kind of what playing Landfall is like. It's a bit of a goofy, combo-y deck, I guess. It can brick really hard against decks with really high removal that will kill all of your guys. So you're kind of trying to get a few combo pieces together, but as you saw, even though my board was completely wiped, I was able to recover pretty easily. So ripping stuff off the top. Nissa's really good gas. Tireless Tracker is really good gas because if you like always have a million mana. Activating clues gets you counters and draws you cards to try and keep you in the game. Gaining life isn't that difficult because most of your lanes that you play will gain you 1 life, and you just can have infinite food tokens as we saw in that last game. I didn't really get to do like a super ridiculous combo off where I made a million creatures, unfortunately, but maybe that's... I mean, the idea of that there is that I would have a couple of Tireless Trackers or Provisioners that would make tokens. I would then Awaken the Wilds or whatever it is, make a lot of Dryads. And then all of those tokens created would make a ton of Squirrels. And then I would just have like a huge army to swing with the next turn. But that's kind of the deck. I've been playing it a lot recently, just goofing around with different Landfall things. Nissa is the recent addition, that's why I wanted to film the video. And I think some of it's worth checking out. I do really like the historic format. It is pretty fun. It's got a lot of cool cards that are legal in that format. And it is pretty distinct from most other Magic formats. So I have actually got a bunch of historic type content on this channel. There will be a playlist up on screen for you to go and check that out if you want to check out some other stuff that I've been playing around with. Otherwise, I got a whole bunch of Pokemon content on the channel. I got a bunch of Marvel Snap content on the channel, and I make board games for a living, so I have a bunch of board game related content on the channel as well. That's where the name Cutlass Board Games comes from. So if you're curious about any of that stuff, hit the subscribe button, check our back catalog, hit some of the buttons on screen, all that good stuff, and I'll hopefully see you in the next video.